Hey guys, what's going on? I thought I'd do a quick video updating you guys on Jeff Zananiri's calendar stock or monthly money flows pick for the month of July. So the reason I'm doing this video now is if you guys want to purchase the system, I do it now because the August pick is out in just a few days. So it usually comes out around the 3rd or 4th of the month, and it's currently July 29th. So if you guys want to jump on this offer, I'll leave a link in the description below. You can go and check it out. It's only $49 for a year. There's a 60-day satisfaction money-back guarantee, which is really good. So if you check the description below, you'll find a link to sign up. You'll also find a link to this article right here, which is my full Jeff Zananiri monthly money flow review, so you can go and check that out. There's also links in here to go and watch the webinar that he does. So like this link right here will take you to the webinar, which is an interview between Ben Sturgill, who used to work at Raging Bull, some of you guys might remember him, and Jeff himself, Jeff Zananiri. And so this is a fantastic service, and I'm going to show you some of the track record and show you July's stock pick and options pick that has worked out really well in July as well. So yeah, definitely check it out. You really can't go wrong with this. There's loads of bonuses and things here as well. Options 101, AI Cash Surge. Yeah, I'm a member and I'm really happy with it. I think it's a fantastic service. You really won't find better for the price, $49 for a year. So yeah, definitely check it out. Let's get started with this month's monthly money flow. It's a bit of a mouthful. Monthly money flow. So quick review of last month. So June's was CCL, and it went just fantastic. It just went up and up and up and just worked really, really well. So hopefully you guys that are members caught that one. But this month's one, in July, was this one right here. So hopefully you can see this. It was Apple calls. So 8/16, so expiring in a couple of weeks, and now it's about 5 or 6 weeks from when the call came out. And 225 calls. So betting that Apple was going to go up this month, which it actually did for the first 2 weeks. And I hope that you guys weren't just, if you remember, weren't just waiting on his exit alert, because this thing went up 100% in 2 weeks. And basically, he said, this is what he said: July's here and institutional investors continue to drive up certain tech stocks. Only certain tech stocks, so some of the AI stuff has really been dripping down. So he actually says that here, with NVDA starting to sag, other heavyweights have seen money flow such as Apple stock. The excitement around the potential upside for Apple's dive into AI should be enough to keep the momentum very strong, with no real resistance in the horizon. Another 10% to 15% move in the stock should be possible. And he was right, so you should have taken this, I know I did, as you're looking for a 10% move in the stock at the most. And he was spot on. It moved about 10% in 2 weeks. So this was his original alert. He gives a stock ticker, so obviously Apple by long. So he gives the price, 223 or lower, with a target of 250. That's more than 10%, that's 20%. So that was a little bit much to hope for, I think. If you're up 10% on a big stock like Apple, I would be definitely taking some profits. And that would have paid off pretty well this last month. So the options, he puts the options calls here. This is all delivered via email as well. So if you can't, check the dashboard all the time, you want to keep an eye on your email. Buy calls, these are the expiration dates and the expiration strike price here as well. Limit 650, target is 25. That's a huge win, like 300% or something. And I don't think you have to hold out that long. And honestly, you'd have done a lot better taking profits quickly this month, because the market really did have a hard time mid-month. It really started to tank. And so that kind of put a dampener on this play. However, it still worked really, really well. So if we look at the Apple chart, this was the day right here on the 3rd when the alert came out. And you can see we were trading around 220 on Apple. And it went all the way up over the next almost 2 weeks, right up to here, so 237. So that's about a 10% move in the space of 2 weeks on Apple. It's since sold off quite a bit, but given that you'd be up 100% plus on this options contracts, this is the options contract here, historical options prices. The contract is the 16th of August, 225 calls. You can see on this day right here, we zoom in a little bit, I'll try and show you here. So this was the 3rd right here. The options, as he said, were around $6. Remember, he said don't pay more than $6.50. So they're around $6, and you had plenty of time to get in these. It didn't just take off straight away. And basically, it just kept going up. And we hit $14 up the top here if you look. $14 on the 15th. So these more than doubled, which is phenomenal. So I'm hoping that most people weren't just waiting for his alert, because he hasn't actually sent an exit alert, which was a huge mistake given that the market then sold off. My recommendation, what I've always found with these services, is if you're up 100% or even just 50%, you should be starting to pay yourself some of that profit. You can't rely on the market staying strong, especially with the election coming up. All this volatility with the, all the presidential candidate stuff. If you're up 50 to 100% on something, you should be paying yourself some profits, even if the guru or person doing the alerts isn't sending out like sell alerts. You can't just expect that you're going to get in one of these things and triple it or quadruple it. I mean, it does happen sometimes, but you want to pay yourself at least a bit on the way up. So overall, I'd say I'm pretty impressed with the Apple call. I think even though it's back down to where it started now, it's not like there's really no excuse not to take profits at 100%, even though he's quite ambitious with these price targets. It doesn't quite add up here. He said looking for 10 to 15% move, but his target's 20% here. That's on Apple, like this huge market cap stock. That is a big gain right there, and getting greedy in this market is not going to pay. So hopefully you guys that are members already were able to bank on this, because there's a good play. Most of them are good plays as well. CCL the month before was good. He has a history of really doing well with these picks. So if you're looking for a system where you're just getting like one really high quality pick at the start of the month, I'd highly recommend Jeff Zananiri's calendar stocks. Again, you can go to my article below, or I'll also put just a direct link to the webinar below as well. And you can go and check this out. It's performed so well. Like, look at this program overview. So we outperformed the S&P 500 with this program since inception, which was a couple of years ago. 236% return versus 32% on the S&P 500 since the program was started. So it really does work. And this guy is like, he made like $500 million in his hedge fund. Like, he's the real deal. So we go down and find his little bio here. So he's proud native of New York City. He worked under Alan Ace Greenberg, and you guys probably know who that is. One of the big names in investing. And go down here. This is like kind of his little summary here. And he helped grow a portfolio from 5 million to 700 million, which is a 13,000% growth. Not one losing quarter in 10 years. And this is all to do with the underlying mechanism that he uses, which is big money flow into certain particular stocks. And it works really, really well. So definitely check the service out. For $49 and a 60-day money-back guarantee, you really can't go wrong with it. So definitely check it out. I hope that's helpful, and I'll talk to you guys soon.